Stop recording and start recording as well. Where are we now? Looks like this is as far as the holy precincts go. It looks more like Arios than Mariobel. And that gate likely leads to another domain, with another seal up ahead to go along with it. If this is the last domain, then there's only one person it can belong to. Yep, it's Arios. We finally arrived. Arios. I knew it. Was there ever any doubt? I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't expect you to overcome the ogre. That could only mean you no longer harbor the uncertainty you carried when you first met. But enough talk. I'll be waiting at the end of my domain. Well, this is the home stretch. Yes, for so long, Arios has been the standard the SSS held itself to, as well as our greatest rival. Now that you mention it, we've known him for just as long as we've known each other. Yeah, I'll never forget that day he rescued us when we were trying to protect Ryu and Henri in the Geofront. So that's what happened. Sounds like you share quite the special bond together. Let's go, Arios is waiting for us. Right, Roger Wilco, understood. Oh, there's a recharge station right here. Yo, if they don't put me through a dungeon in this domain, I will be quite happy with that. Especially since they give me... Okay, well, there's a dungeon. So much for that. A lot of monster chests. What is with all these monster chests? So many of them. What do we have here? This must be what lies within Arios' soul. Look at all these chains. They're practically innumerable. Just how many burdens could he be shouldering? Too many, that's for darn sure. Scarlet Ogre may have put us through a lot, but Arios' stake in this is clearly on a different level. Might even rival our battle against the Steel Maiden. Be that as it may, though, we've gone too far to turn back now. We have to overcome this, to take Kia back, to bring the truth to light, and to fulfill our promise to Shizuku. As long as we give it our all, body and soul, even the Divine Blade of Wind's domain is no match for us. Right. Finally here, the reality of what happened on that day 3 years ago is just ahead. Hold on a little longer, guy. I'm going to drag the facts out into the open once and for all. Yep, you got a dungeon, have fun? Yeah. This sucker-fool video game. Oh, wonderful. I'm gonna say Lloyd first, please. I think we just do that. Then we do that. And that should hit everybody. That gets rid of all the suckers. Boost you back to the front. And you called it? At least 5 hours? Yup. You sure did. Argum key. I don't know. Seems to me like 8 blades, 1 leaf would be more impressive. Instead of 8 leaves, 1 blade. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Why is he the Divine Blade of Wind? Because he's Arios. Sorry, that was pretty McLame. Oh, here it is. Silver key obtained in blah, 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 can open a gate of its corresponding color. But what is the color Argum? Also, all of these monster chests are required then. That's mean. Hey, look. Oh, well, maybe not. Never mind. If all these monster chests are required, that does make these monster chests less exciting. You sucker fool. Oh, you're a sucker fool as well. Enemy looks kind of cool. Azuzu. Zuzu, you don't look so good. Definitely do not want to fight one of those guys. When I couldn't wait till midnight, Genevieve replied through a fit of giddiness. She lightened her hug, but only so she could plant a long overdue kiss. I've missed you. Oh, I love you so much, Jubilee. Trails in the Chest, Part 2. End? Question mark? No achievement, though. Means I probably didn't get all of the, whatchamacallits. Oh, I should have saved first. Writ of habeas corpses. Why don't you have arrow? should have done the other thing. Wow, you died to her? You should be ashamed of yourself. Dang, I was one dungeon away from talking chest retirement, too. Dang. Be like that? What a suckerfoo am I? Is this a real one? Cause I'm a brick you one. Let's see. Maybe I'll start moving her up. Well, actually, she was originally moved up, and I moved her back for the Scarlet Ogre fight, or maybe it was someone else's fight. Although, in actuality, I'd probably want to do that for her fight, or his fight too. Want to know a secret exploit to respawn all the chests you've opened so far? Get this. All you have to do is go to the title screen and select New Game. That's crazy. Let's see. Time gem. Well. That is a bit insane. Just a little bit. Okay, so I need to find something for that. Oh, how about this? Okay. Apparently I've never been down here. 11 months ago, the SSS gained its foremost rival in Arios. It's only fitting they'd have to overcome him to see this story through to the end. You can do this. Once again, I'm brought back to an evergreen. Let's give it to you, I guess. Alright, if possible, I would like to not use my CP to a great degree here. Because I need it. We're gonna burst on the scene. Straight mugging mean. Oh my gosh. That was a lot of damage. Well, I got my wish and did not use CP. Mjolnir. Lloyd decided that after all of this, he would take a fishing trip on his new boat, the SSS. This gives you some evasion in place of speed and a little bit less defense. I will take it. These suck fools, man. I don't remember how much HP those guys have. So like the only thing to do is to S-craft. Oh wow. Oh wow, the 50% coming through right there. Yo. We can use smart missiles for this. Attack the wrong one, Randy. Sucker fool. Art canceled. Alright, avoided using an S-craft. Novel key. Soon, all that will await you are Erebonian chests. Time for Ultra Siolens. Ultra Siolens. Ultra Siolens. I believe that I've got all the treasure chests. Seems like it. Ah, they said get prepared for Ultra Siolens. Here we are. Alrighty. Formation here. Honestly, it's probably okay. Wouldn't be a horrible way to go into this. Although I still wouldn't want you, like, anywhere near them, though. You know, for, like, line attacks and stuff. Alright, the truth to everything. You're here. Oh, you're not wearing your whatchamacallit. Arios. What, not gonna wear those snazzy new threads of yours, Mr. Secretary? Only wore that uniform at President Croy's behest. Frankly, I was never comfortable in it. After the declaration of invalidity, I haven't felt as though I have the right to wear it. Stand before you not as a bracer, nor as the Secretary of Defense, but as a tainted swordsman wielding a tarnished blade. Nothing more, nothing less. Arios, how did it come to this? He is self-disciplined to a fault. I don't know what to say. I have so many questions I want to ask you that it's hard to sort them out in my head. But I guess the first one should be, are you willing to answer them? Of course, that was my intention. Ask away. I will answer any question you have, save for one. All right. Sorry for bringing up painful memories, but could you tell us about the accident that happened 5 years ago? Yes, there's no need to hide it any longer. That accident was caused by a truck exploding on a street in the middle of the city. It was, as I'm sure you've all realized, a product of an information war between Erebonia and Calvard, just as we thought. Then your wife and Shizuku, yes, there was much that my family lost that day, Saya her life and Shizuku her sight. In the 5 years since, both countries' intelligence agencies have developed and incidents of sabotage have ceased. Though the truth remains that their feud in the shadows has resulted in decades worth of victims like Saya. That would include your parents, Lloyd, as well as the family of Mr. Grimwood. The heck? Lloyd's parents? This is the first I've heard of this. My parents died in an airship crash. It was a new ship that had gone into commission. I was so little at the time that I could barely even remember it. You don't mean to say that that accident also claimed Mr. Grimwood's family, do you? But I do. His wife and children were aboard that airship as well. I was lucky to still have Shizuku. Can't imagine the agony that comes with losing everything you hold dear. After the incident, Mr. Grimwood and Guy came to know one another, sharing in their mourning for the family they had lost. Can't believe it. How enlightening. I never realized their connection ran so deep. So Mr. Grimwood killed Guy then. After that incident 5 years ago, I turned in my police badge and went knocking on the Bracer Guild's door. I had my reasons for resigning. The cost of Shizuku's hospital bills, my dissatisfaction with the department. But above all, I was running away from the pain of losing Saya. A bracer's workload, I was never short on distractions. I could strip myself of any moments of grief. Arios. There's been something I haven't been able to shake from my mind all this time. It's how you ever became involved with this scheme in the first place. Oh. Uncle Dieter and Bell are well versed in banking and economics, and their lineage links them to the cult, but that doesn't fill every gap. Like how you knew about the information war between the Empire and Republic, for one. I don't buy that either of those two has the contacts to know about that sort of thing. Nor do you have any prior connection to their family. And yet, once Croy took office as president, he immediately appointed you as Secretary of Defense. Now I see where this is going. Grizzly Grim was the missing link that put the two parties into contact. Exactly. Do you dispute that? No, you assume correctly. Just like the SSS, Guy and I often relied on Mr. Grimwood and his information network. He was pivotal in a fair number of our cases. He was so well informed that he was even called upon as a civil advisor during the operation to purge the cult's lodges. After I became a bracer, I continued to exchange information with him on a regular basis. As for the Croy family, Mr. Grimwood was already acquainted with them due to the IBC's legal affairs. The nature of his position allowed him to amass all the information and resources he required into one place. Every step Croy took toward gaining our independence, as well as the power of the Septarian, was by Mr. Grimwood's design. All the while, both his daughter and his legal counsel were working toward their master plan behind his back. Their master plan, the Azure Zero Project. Precisely. It didn't take long for Mr. Grimwood to realize the truth about the incident Sai and Shizuku suffered. He informed me of it shortly after. That was what led me to cooperate with him. There is your answer. So everything has gone according to Mr. Grimwood and Mariabelle's plan. That's one heck of a story. While we're asking questions here, there's something I've been wondering about. You were the one who moved Kia from the bottom of the Sun Fort, weren't you? Then you swapped her with the Rosenberg doll that was meant to be sold off at this Swarge auction. Now that you mention it, we never did manage to solve that particular side of the mystery. Just as you say. But the idea itself was actually Mariabelle's, not Mr. Grimwood's. Having foreseen Joachim's actions to their finest points, she knew exactly how to exploit them. She was easily able to teleport us to the fort's lowest stratum, whereupon we freed the girl from the cradle atop the altar. I then switched her with the Rosenberg doll that was brought from Remiferia. Mariabelle was also the one who arranged for the doll to be put up for auction, with Ravash none the wiser. To think she was so involved. I still don't understand, though. What would Mariabelle gain by doing that in the first place? If she needed Kia for the project, why not just take her into custody until the time was right? First, she wanted to involve Heiwei to further jeopardize Ravash's position and begin the chain that would lead to their downfall. Her plan was for the child to awaken during the auction, allowing Mariabelle to publicly spring to action. With Marconi and his bewildered guests as audience, she would volunteer to take custody of the girl on behalf of the IBC. Were Heiwei to take action at that point, things would have likely gone awry. Thus, as a precaution, I remained undercover in the manner to observe. We had a contingency plan for every possible outcome that could have occurred. You two are crazy with a capital C, I swear. Until now, I wasn't aware it was possible to be too prepared. As for her second motive, Mariabelle wished to gauge the potential of the Septarian by having it awaken under extraordinary circumstances. Gauge her potential? What does that mean? Those were Mariabelle's words, so I couldn't tell you precisely. It may have been one of the conditions necessary to rouse the child from her long slumber. But whether by coincidence or by hand of Adios, she finally awoke when you were in her presence. I doubt even Mariabelle could have anticipated that. But she didn't seem to mind, nor did she object to all of you taking the child under your wing. Well, I'm stumped. Heck, if I can get into her headspace. Belle, what in the world were you planning? Strike you twice, clap, that's thunder. Dante's back. Tao's parents also died in that airship? Oh. Little whatchamacallit there. Poor Tao. There's just one more thing. I want you to tell me what really happened on the day my brother died. Can you do that? He's gonna say no. Very well. It was 2 years after I resigned from the police following Saya's passing. I'd been cooperating with Mr. Grimwood and the others as they laid the groundwork for their plan. None of it was legal. They had already woven quite a conspiracy at that point. However, no one, not even the guild, had an inkling of what was taking shape beneath Crossbell's surface. Save for one exception, my former partner, Guy Bannings. Guy was tenacious and had a keen eye for finding the truth, At the time, he was closing in on a number of hidden plots. From the information war between Erebonia and Calvard, to Speaker Hartman's connections with Ravash and the remnants of the DG cult. After digging deeper, he even came upon the Croy family's plans buried behind it all. And then, one rainy day, Guy asked me to meet with him at the newly established construction site of Orcus Tower. Suffice it to say, he hadn't uncovered all the project's details, but Guy's suspicions were shockingly accurate, right down to the scope of the plan itself. He predicted that Croy would utilize the cult and mafia to eventually ascend to the top of the political world. Alright, how does somebody do that? Alright? Guy had to be making some crazy leaps in logic. He predicted that a foreign power would be framed for an attack on Crossbell City, fueling the bid for state independence. He even predicted that the Croy family aimed to create something that could intimidate and seize control of the entire continent. Man, Guy had to be on some gnosis to be thinking that many steps ahead and all that other junk. To my surprise, he had gotten to the very heart of the conspiracy. After that, Guy refused to back down. It was clear this wasn't something we could resolve with words. And so we began our fight to the death as the rain poured down upon us. Between the two of us, I was always the better fighter, but Guy's strength came from his unbreakable will. Our duel raged on as we traded blow after blow, exhausting each other's stamina as the rain continued to fall, until finally, Guy lost his life. I was the one who took his tonfa from the scene of the crime. Did it to hide the evidence, the scars that my Tachi left on them. So that's what happened. There you have it, the truth of what transpired on that rainy day. Mafioso wandering off with Guy's badge was an unforeseen twist. But with that, I believe I've answered every question you could have. There should be no more room for doubt. No. You know as well as I do that my brother died from a bullet to the back. Why leave out the cause of death in your account of that day? I was a member of the police force. It only follows that I can wield a gun. His persistence left me no choice. It was my last resort to settle our fight. Stop lying, Arios. If your lives were on the line, he never would have given you the opportunity to draw a gun, much less shoot him in the back. It's just not possible. About time you fessed up, pal. Indeed, who really shot Guy? Please tell us. You can frame it however you'd like, but the fact remains that my actions were what led to Guy's death. And even still, I chose to continue working on the project that had taken my former partner's life. Even now, I'm desecrating the life of an innocent girl to complete that very same project. Every sin I've committed has been for the sake of avenging Saya, as well as securing Shizuku's future. Arios, do you truly believe Shizuku is happy about what you're doing? I'm perfectly aware that she isn't, but Crossbell's ill-starred fate stole her mother from the world and the light from her eyes. So long as this state retains its status as a geostrategic position, it will have no hope of salvation. That is, unless we experience a miracle that transcends the laws of the human world. 3 years ago, Guy lost his life in a mortal combat against me, and yet he didn't even curse my name. And now, Kia holding the power of the Septarian has healed Shizuku's eyes. I have no intention of undoing what has been done, my self-serving transgressions included. If you cannot accept that, then you're welcome to convince me with force. Take up your tonfa your brother left you, and show me that you're willing to avenge him, open the path before you, and take back what you cherish most. Fine. Well, let's get one thing straight. This isn't about taking revenge for my brother. Alright. Lloyd isn't that strong. Get out of here. Alright? You don't got no auras or nothing like that. Our division was established for a more modest reason, to honor Guy Bannings and his will. Right now, the Special Support Section is carrying out the hopes and wishes of so many people, including Shizuku. So if you plan to stand as a barrier against us, then we're going to surmount it, take Kia back, and solve this case once and for all. You tell him, leader. Izuku is waiting for us over at Orca's Tower, and we will not be going back without you in tow. That's just the way the SSS does things. Best or something. Count me in. I'll support you guys with all I've got. Very good. Don't summon no homies. You're gonna summon homies. Come on. You're better than this, Arios. Stand before Arios McLean, master of the second form of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade School. I've made my choice. I shall forego your justice to make my desires a reality. Come, Special Support Section. Right. You know, I don't like Arios's motivations. I feel like it could have been. I just feel like there's not enough. There's not enough like going on there. He glossed over Jesus. He glossed over like the whole Grimwood relationship thing just a little too much. Woo! Why you got 38,000 HP? Used as an easy excuse on whatever future characters go, yeah, my family died at X incident. Getting over the barrier hype. Now that seems to be a Crossbell thing, isn't it? People like getting over barriers. Alright. Hit you with one of these. Oof, that's gonna take forever. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Keep going. Someone else is gonna have to handle this guy. Alright, one sucker down. I would assume that you're going to be weak against the same thing. I just let you get a crit. Not only did I let him get a crit, but he is S-crafting on the turn that I let him get a crit. Hopefully, oh no, it's against everybody. Well, I'm dead. Oof. Let's try that again, shall we? Won't be able to hit everybody, but stuff happens. Oh, we lost it because of the spell casts. Unfortunate. Yeah, I need to do that. You're being giga obnoxious. You go over there, handle that. You're okay with Arios' motivations, lost his life, and dislikes the current state of things, and went on a giant reset button to the status quo. I guess, like, I'm okay with him wanting to do that. I just wish that there was a little bit more involved than just, you know, like... Like, I get that grief can put him over the edge, but I guess I feel like there's something missing. You know, it would have been far more believable to me if he, you know, maybe he was tricked by Mr. Grimwood the entire time. But he seems to know everything. He killed his friend. Or at the very least, he put himself in a position where he had to make the decision to kill his friend for the sake of the plan, you know? It's, you know what? I think it's because we just don't know enough about Arios. We've spoken to him so few times throughout the 2 games, and he hasn't really spent any time speaking about himself or what he likes to do or something like that. So we haven't really grown with him as a character when he's around. We've only known him as Bracer Arios, and then we knew him as Secretary of Defense Arios. But like even then, we had so few interactions with him. I think that's probably the bigger issue. in doing that. I probably should have waited. Really risky for me to do that. It worked out. Because we're all gonna die, I need to prepare. Go with the Chaos Brand at you. See how it does. Yeah. Should have used my S-Crabs in that fight. Or in that. What are you weak against? Alright. Can I save you as well? No. Actually, maybe. I'd like to save you. Perfect. Perfect. Alright. Kills everybody but those two. Works as planned. We stop the cast. Alright. Should be in the clear now. Oh, there's a crit right over there. I wasn't paying enough attention. Should kill. Okay. Wasn't expecting you to have an instant death a move. I guess stuff happens. You're not dead. I hate to see it. I have to do that. I hope you're not attacking Arios. Oh, well. Doing more than 72 damage would have been nice too. What the heck? Let's see here. Nothing I can do about that. There is something I can do about it. whatever you were casting. Do no more. Get in there. Oh my gosh. Hit her too? That's crazy. We got 6,000. Should be done. Ghosts. Laughter. Lloyd, each and every one of you, you've all become so strong. That's because we've always had you to look up to for inspiration, Arios. That's right. Without you waiting at the summit, I don't know if we'd have climbed this far. I feel the same way. You were always the barrier we were measured against, the standard we strove to meet. Spare me. I don't deserve that kind of praise now of all times. Arios, the person who shot my brother that day wasn't you, was it? It was Mr. Grimwood. No freaking way. What makes you think that? A simple process of elimination. Given the murder's circumstances, the only remaining suspects other than Mr. Grimwood are Dieter and Mariabelle. But Dieter didn't know the broader plan, and Mariabelle doesn't have any prior connection to my brother. Mr. Grimwood, though, he and Guy knew each other very well. You said so yourself. Plus, his work often takes him abroad. As with any occupation tied to the law, it's no surprise he knew how to use a handgun for self-defense. That is a silly connection to make. What do you have to say? Your reasoning isn't without its flaws, but I suppose I have to give credit where it's due. Hey, Arios. Looks to me like the two of us are at our limits. Why don't we call it a tie for now? Don't be ridiculous. Both of us know full well that I can't let you leave. You plan on attending your wedding next month, you'll have to strike me down for good. Come on, what do you take me for? If I did that, how would you and Shizuku ever make it to our big day? Don't worry, I haven't told anyone about this project of yours yet. Thought about getting Dudley to lend me a hand, but the guy plays things by the book too much, you know? Haven't even let Sergei in on it. Wild, huh? What? Don't you realize you're giving me even more reason to kill you? Who are you kidding? You're not enough of a rat for a move like that. I wouldn't have come here on my own if I thought you were. Come on, man. Why don't we call this whole thing off and go grab us some drinks? We haven't had a good conversation in, 2 years now? You can listen to me brag all about Lloyd and my beautiful bride-to-be. You never change, do you? Your brother, he's already 15, isn't he? Yep, kid's real bright. Nothing at all like me. Thinking of sending him to some fancy schmancy school somewhere. Anyway, where to? It's raining, and Garante's probably the closest. The Grimwood. Well, you were the puppet master all along. Forgive me, Guy. Thought about inviting you too, considering what happened to your parents. But in the end, I knew that you would never have approved. Mr. Grimwood. You got me there. With you at the helm, maybe that project will work out after all. But eventually, someone's bound to take my place. Yes, I imagine so. Guy, stay with me. Darn it all. Lloyd, Cecile, if only I'd seen this coming. I think it would have been nicer if Arios actually did kill him. The Mr. Grimwood thing, you know, it just tacks on another small thing onto it. It doesn't, it removes some of the impact, I guess. For me, anyways. Guy. How horrible. Darn, that's cold. Thank you for recounting my brother's final moments. I don't deserve your thanks. Mr. Grimwood isn't going to be easy for you to get through to. To say nothing of Kia, her determination is firm. Going to take everything you have to change their minds. I don't believe for a second that these 6 Suckafoos beat a divine blade of wind. Not for a second. Arios was holding back. Lloyd. Finally, I can stand as tall as my brother once did. Thank you, everyone. I never would have been able to get this far without you. What the heck are you talking about? It was because of you that we were finally able to overcome the barrier that Arios presented us. Furthermore, doing so dispelled the mysteries surrounding Guy's death. Exactly. We simply wanted to support you, just as we always have. Though, unfortunately, I think our greatest trial is still ahead of us. Right about that. Mariabelle, Mr. Grimwood, and Kia are all waiting for us. Yeah. The final seal should have been released. How do you know it's the final one? Let's head back to the Holy Precincts and check it out. Just save, you know, in case my first try there was not going to be, locked in place. He's unconscious, but life isn't any danger from what I can tell. Man, though, that was one heck of a fight. It didn't even matter that he was outnumbered. Certainly lives up to his title. I'd like to bring Arios back to the Merkaba, knowing how worried Shizuku is about him, but Mariabelle and Mr. Grimwood are waiting for us. I feel bad, but there will be time to come back once everything's over. Right, let's be off. Well, you know, unless, you know, the tree starts collapsing or something like that, and then, you know, we have to choose who to save, and then we don't save Arios. Say sorry, Shizuku. Seal blocking the elevator has been lifted, and taking it up should lead us straight to Kia. Yep, no doubt about it. We managed to beat Arios, but we still have Mariabelle to contend with. No telling what she's capable of. Let's return to the Merkaba and make our final preparations. Can't afford to fail. We're taking Kia back, no matter what the cost. Right. There's still time to go take care of unfinished business. Don't go up there with any regrets. I kind of want to go... This to the elevator is... Let's go up or down. No. want to get confirmation if this healing point recovers my CP. It does. Confirmation. Alright, let's save and mark.